Well, it's almost a new year, and I think it's time, that we celebrate journalist, esteemed Washington Post, formerly of the New York Times, formerly of every other newspaper, because she's about out of places to get fired from. We celebrate her birthday. Taylor Lorenz, the fountain of youth, spent this holiday having a complete meltdown because of you. You and your selfishness. I'm not kidding. She is now missing her fourth Christmas because of selfish people who can't bother to mask up. I don't know why you would do this to Taylor Lorenz. She has done nothing to you. Oh, wait. All she does is write hit pieces about YouTubers? Oh, okay. Well, I don't care. That's right. The internet has absolutely been dragging 87-year-old Taylor Lorenz. By the way, I love that this Taylor Lorenz getting older, progressively older and older meme has, followed around. You see Malcolm Flex? I mean, she's right on the high risk thing. She's like 93, 4 more years. Here's Taylor Lorenz post having a little melty about you, the selfish people. Totally agree with you about the mitigation advice, but I very much judge anyone who participates in the social murder of disabled people. What? What? The social murder of disabled people. Well, she certainly is disabled, but not physically. Just because it's, quote, the holidays. I know I should understand, given the fact that she's 100 years old. Maybe her mental faculties aren't exactly what they used to be. I get it. I understand. Many of us who are high risk are missing our fourth Christmas because other selfish people can't be bothered to mask and take basic precautions that allow us to safely participate in public life. Listen, Taylor, I don't think you should be participating in normal society. I think that the coof broke you. To be totally honest, why is Taylor Lorenz not having a meltdown about RSV? Where was all this energy during the bird flu or the pig flu or the whatever? To be honest, if you are immunocompromised, these are precautions that you should be taking anyway. These people are so desperate to keep the coof going because a lot of people literally made it their entire persona. You know how there are a lot of LMNOPs who make that like their entire persona? Like, I have nothing interesting to say about anything except for the fact that I have blue hair and I'm non-binary and all this kind of stuff. There are people who made the coof their entire personality. They don't feel enough shame and judgment, IMO. Instead, infection has been fully normalized. Yeah? Let's be honest, nobody actually invited Taylor Lorenz to Christmas. Imagine inviting this person to Christmas. What an insufferable twat. These are the same people that said AIDS should be normalized because it disproportionately affected the gay community. But a coof, that basically nobody dies from anymore. Hardly anybody dies from it anymore. Everyone's still supposed to wear masks. I think Taylor Lorenz should move to South Korea. Or some of those Asian countries where it's totally everybody wears masks all the time. If that's what she wants. I think she's just really upset people see her whole face. And the dunking was spectacular. Taylor Lorenz is skipping Christmas for the 4th time because of the coof. Good evening. Today is December 23rd, 2023, and Taylor Lorenz is missing Christmas for the 4th year because of the coof. She then accuses people who don't wear masks in December of 2023 of being selfish. Here's Swam Marcus. I don't know who this is. I would give anything to know what Taylor Lorenz's extended family are saying about her behind her back this Christmas after she refused to attend the celebration for the 4th straight year because nobody else was willing to open presents while wearing a hazmat suit. By the way, doesn't she have the jab? Isn't she fully boosted? What is she worried about? It's odd. I wonder what the correlation is where suddenly the people stop getting 25 or 30 grand from the government when people died of the coof. I wonder if there's an intersection point of the day that federal funding ended and then when people suddenly stop dying from it. I'm not saying anything. I don't know. I'm curious what that data might actually look like. When was the stop of the free $20,000 when people died from it, and then the actual death rate? I wonder if those two things were related. I don't know. Listen, I'm not saying I don't know. I'd be curious to see what that data is, though. Paul Joseph Watson, by the way, new dad, I think. Good for him. Notorious lolcow journalist Taylor Lorenz claims she's missing her 4th Christmas in a row because she hilariously still believes that coof is a major threat. Notice this, though, also Taylor Lorenz. Here she took a picture with the internet's biggest weirdos. Not a mask in sight. This is like a who's who of mental illness in this picture. So she has time for these pictures, right? Brushed up against everyone else. And by the way, I thought that you were jabbed up. Just a reminder that during the holidays that the Washington Post Taylor Lorenz has pushed relentlessly to shame and censor Americans who disagree with their personal views on the coof policy. Some call this journalism. I call it big. Again, what she said is, they don't feel enough shame and judgment, in my opinion. You're supposed to feel ashamed. I mean, it spawned endless articles, too. Taylor Lorenz accuses those who spent Christmas with the loved ones of, quote, the social murder of disabled people. Those on the left had to go through great lengths to convince the masses that certain things were so bad you don't even know that you have it. A lot was said in order to convince people for the first time in history, humans would have to be tested in order to know if they were sick. For the first time known to man, we quarantined healthy people. In order to try and make those statements sound like there's some sense in them, even more unhinged justifications were made to convince the masses that the invisible sniffles might kill the masses. Someone who was run over by a truck who was otherwise asymptomatic did not die from the truck, but rather the invisible sniffles that became a thing. Hey, I'm going to say that I had it when I had it the first time. I was super sick. I know that there were people who were asymptomatic, but not everyone was. When you become so unhinged to the level that you convince people that they are de facto responsible for an unspecified, unknown person's death because they didn't wear a mask when they did not have the sniffles, let's just say you don't become hinged. Washington Post writer Taylor Lorenz. Oh, this is for the Post-Millennial article. Let's look at that. Let's give him the credit. In response to a Threads user who was recommending coof mitigation methods for social gatherings, Lorenz said that she totally agrees with the mitigation advice. Manian X saw the comment and noted the bizarre comment about the social murder of disabled people. I mean, what? Lorenz began identifying as disabled at least last February. Disabled people are fighting to, quote, participate in society, she said on Twitter. That's all we want. We want robust, layered coof protections that keep everyone safe and allow us to go to work and school safely. No judgment here, but you should consider why that's so offensive to you. I mean, so the entire world is supposed to walk around with face diapers because of Taylor Lorenz's alleged disability, whatever that might be. Coincidentally, her disability did not prevent her in any way, shape, or form from being able to take selfies with Kathy Griffin and Dylan Mulvaney. And by the way, taking pictures here, Kim K. velour jumpsuit at the Balenciaga show in LA. She went to that. The after party was at the Sunset Tower Hotel, where waiters passed around trays of delicacies along with whatever, some sort of juice. But there she is. She manages to go out there. Of course, as long as Threads continues to outright block terms like long coup from search and downranks disabled people seeking to want to talk about mass disabling events we are experiencing, only in America will we, we constantly lift up the mentally deranged. Dylan Mulvaney is a multimillionaire. I mean, what exactly? I don't even understand. But you know what's great about it though is just the level of dunking that's happening to Tay Lorenz. You just love to see it. By the way, don't forget, we're running out. I'm gonna guess that most of this stuff's gonna be out of stock by tomorrow. But head on over to Coffee Brand Coffee and take advantage of our up to 64% off sale. If you're new and you want to try us out, or if you're an existing customer and you want to stock up, we've got all of our snacks are like $5. Pick up these buttery toffee peanut bombs and the cashews and the sweet spicy. I promise you'll love them. You can't go wrong for $5. Our chocolate covered espresso beans, $7. All this stuff, $6-7. Stock up. And then also we have a bunch of coffee that's 50% off. Our K-Cups are 30% off. Stock up today. Link in the description down below.